I loved it. After that, I wanted to hang out with him every day. Where you going today? Mars? Fuck it, I'm coming. Where you going? Parole? I would go to parole with him. I met his parole officer. I fucking was his shadow. I wanted to learn how to do that shit. What the fuck did he just do? So again, I would go to work with him this whole summer. And you know what? It wasn't just about fucking around with this guy. This guy was by the book. His favorite words in Spanish would justify your existence, motherfucker. You coming up there, but you gotta work. I would have to iron, go to the store, get bottles of blackberry brandy for all the bookies up there. I would have to fucking work and walk in a rough neighborhood. I mean, my dad didn't take me up. There wasn't kids and fucking sand. These were buildings that were, you fucking played and broke down buildings in those days. You get cut, fucking, there was no tetanus shot. Tetanus shot. These little young kids walking around with bottled water where it's 90 degrees. We drank puddle water. What fucking water? In the Bronx, they didn't have that fucking shit then. This was a fucking crazy neighborhood. And yeah, at the end of the day, I went to Manhattan and everything was good and we got foot rubs. But in the daytime, we worked in a fucked up neighborhood. My father, Abba Juan, was also, he had a different problem. He was what's called in Cuba, Abacuá. Abacuá is a very fucking weird religion. It's a man religion. It's about men. They're all longshoremen and they believe in manhood. A lot of things I don't agree with him, like he always carried a straight razor. The reason why he carried, that was his weapon of choice, because he would slice your ass. That's the mark of that's their thing. They go to humiliate you. You're not a man. They slice your ass. That was his bag. I didn't know about this shit. He had this weird tattoo of zeros with an X, and that's the Abacuá religion. It's not Santeria where they kill chickens. These guys are just men. I'll tell you how much men they are. They don't eat pussy. They don't eat pussy. That was where that came from, that thing about if you suck pussy, you might suck a dick. It was these guys. They don't suck pussy. That's just how it is. There's no Listerine in their fucking bathroom. They do not. They don't eat that fucking monkey. Number two, he can't be in a room with a gay man. Like if right now, if there was a gay guy in here, get me out. Get me out, I can't be in the room with them. That was their fucking deficiency. Like they were men. That's, that you couldn't talk to them weird, you had to laugh, very respectful. But if the saint of Abacuá is San Lazaro, it's a guy with 2 dogs. Do you ever see that fucking guy on wheelchair, on crutches, and he's got sores, and there's a dog licking him? That's St. Lazarus. So they honor dogs. So on top of all this not eating pussy or whatever, this motherfucker honored dogs. Like Michael Vick. When Michael Vick went to jail, he couldn't go to a lot of federal penitentiaries. Do you know why? Because the Abacuás. The Abacuás would have killed him in a fucking heartbeat. They would have sliced his ass. You think I'm fucking kidding you? Look into Michael Vick's thing. He couldn't go to a lot of federal penitentiaries because a lot of Abacuás were there from Cuba. Those are the guys that came in the 79s, those crazy motherfuckers. Scarface, remember when he asked him, what's that on your hand? A pitchfork, you're an assassin? That's the Abacuás. They're fucking nuts, okay? So one day we go to this Bronx thing, we finish up, he goes, come on, let's drive back home. And me and him are just driving home alone. He had an Electra 225, one of those big fucking Cadillacs, big. Let me tell you something, he had bullet holes in there, nothing. You could shoot a bazooka at an Electra 225 and they just go ding, ding, that's it. These were metal fucking Detroit heavy cars, right? The lights popped open like the Green Hornet. This is a fucking car. Well, I remembered it was when he got arrested one time, it got confiscated, and he was fucking pissed. That's my fucking car, motherfucker. So we're driving this Electra 225, and we're at a light. Think of Laurel Canyon and Ventura at 430, that little intersection. 430 is pretty busy. We're at this light. And all of a sudden, I see 2 dogs stuck, running past. None of you motherfuckers have ever seen 2 dogs stuck. That only happens in the Bronx or where Puerto Ricans are around. You know what 2 dogs stuck means? They were fucking, okay? And somebody said something to him and they got scared. So the male dog turns his leg around and he runs with the female dog. You motherfuckers never seen that, don't laugh. You're looking at me like, Joey, what the fuck? Yeah, that's not, they don't even have that in Discovery Channel because it don't happen no more. Okay, you never see 2 dogs fucking. So the male dog will run and the female's gotta run backwards. Because the dick gets swollen and the thing pulls the monkey. It's like a fucking anchor. It's like an anchor. When the dick goes in, it goes and it opens up and it pops. So we're sitting there and we see the fucking male dog run by, stuck to the female. She's running backwards. I'm like, what the fuck is that, right? And all of a sudden you see the guy chasing him with a stick, right? Some fucking guy like running down the street. Hey, come back here. And he's trying to hit the dog. So he catches the 2 dogs and he's hitting the mail with the stick, and people are beeping. It's not like today where you, iPhone, 911. You're on your own, bitch. There was no cell phone in the car. You're on your fucking own, all right? So everybody, like 2 people were beeping. I'm sitting there playing with my fucking G.I. Joe like I have a fucking Momo. And I see my stepdad hit the button. He goes, hey, stop hitting that dog. And the guy turns on, he goes, mind your fucking business. This motherfucker in that daytime traffic popped that fucking car into park and got out of there, and when the guy turned around, it was too late. It was too late. Juan was on him like a bad fucking soup. Just started punching this motherfucker in the stomach, punching him, bam, bam, bam. He was a fighter, this guy knew, bam. I'm sitting in the car again like clapping, that's my fucking dad, bitch. Look at that motherfucker go, give him a cape, motherfucker. Give him a cape, that's a superhero right there, bitches. I'm like, God damn. And he got back in the car like, nothing. What's up? Nothing. Let's go. Guy's on the floor bleeding and shit from his head. He pet the dog. He took him apart and shit. You think the cops were going to come? He didn't give a fuck about cops. This guy had no idea. He had no fear. I would look at him and go, how the fuck aren't you scared? Like, you know how some people smoke? He would smoke cigarettes and throw them on a fucking thing out on fire. I go, aren't you scared of the gas tank or nothing? No, I don't give a fuck. He just didn't care. He had no fear for that shit. And little by little, I started knowing him now. He had this white dude he used to hang out with. He was locked up with Big Al. Big Al was a white dude that had long hair, but every time I see him, he had blood on him. You know those people? They got some type of blood on their hand or something. Big Al was a crazy motherfucker. So going to the 2nd grade, Big Al would come over a lot at night, and they would talk late night because he wasn't still allowed to go in Jersey. So I would go to bed, and I get up to pee at like 3, and Big Al and him would be at the table. Now, Juan did not do drugs. Juan did not drink. If you drank or did drugs, he thought you were weak. No fucking question. Like, you can go to him, well, I smoke marijuana because I have sleep apnea and I have anxiety. He's like, you're a fucking faggot. That's what it is. That's why you smoke marijuana, because you're a fucking weak faggot. That's how he thought. He didn't like drink. And my mother owned a bar. He would not step foot in that fucking bar. He hated everything to do with that fucking bar. He hated any of that shit he hated. He would stay home at night, smoke his little cigarettes, drink coffee, and read fucking novellas, like love stories. This is this guy with fucking little glasses on. He'd read love stories at night. Every night I'd wake up and Big Al, because my mother would always wake me up at 3 when she'd come home from the bar with a Cuban sandwich. So I would wake up and there would always be drama with Big Al, but he always had blood on his shirt or blood on his hand. One night I get up and I see fucking Al naked in my living room, balls ass naked, with Juan with a candle, with alcohol, and I see Juan burning his fucking arm, right? Rubbing this thing on his arm and burning it. And my mom's like, go back to sleep. They're doing something. I didn't know what the fuck they were doing. The next day, I asked him before school, I go, what the fuck was going on last night? He goes, Big Al shot some guy and I had to take the gunpowder off his arm. So they strip you down, they throw away the clothes, and then they fucking take all the gunpowder. So if they do that test on you, you don't have any gunpowder. And when I'm fucking 7, I seen this shit. So another night I wake up and Al's there again. He's like, come here, I'm gonna teach you how to do this. I'm like, teach me how to do what? Take the gunpowder off. You might need to know about this one day and shit. Are you fucking serious? He got a bunch of candles out. They made this thing with fucking alcohol and something else, and they put it on their hands and they gotta burn it off and shit. So every time Al would shoot somebody, me and Juan would fucking... One night he came home stabbed like a motherfucker, Al. I mean, every fucking week Al came. I think he was doing something dirty work or something like that. This guy did something. This guy wasn't fucking normal, you know? I figured that out the night after he got stabbed in the neck and he's there drinking, eating a Cuban steak with blood coming out of his neck. This steak is delicious. I'm like, Al, go to the hospital. I can't go to the hospital, dog. They're waiting on me. He was one of those type of dudes, so. I'm like, what the fuck kind of people is this mother? What kind of people are these? What kind of people? But he was my hero. Guys, he was teaching me. Let me tell you how good this guy was with numbers. By the time I was at the end of 1st grade, I knew my times table, 12 times 12, all that shit, backwards and forwards, in Spanish and motherfucking English, because he stressed numbers. Every time I walk in, he'd go 4 times 8, 6 times 2. You know, he'd always fucking confuse me with that 3 times 3, take away 4, and I'm giving you 5 apples. You know, he was one of those dudes. So I was always sharp at math. My math was fucking sharp. I mean, this guy was just, finally got off parole and he was allowed to go to Jersey. Finally, and he would go to my mom's bar just in the daytime, like at 6 to help her out. Once the fucking drunk started coming in, he had to go. Come on, let's go. I can't be around these fucking retards. I couldn't believe it. I go, what do you mean, bro? These people I can't be around them. They drive me fucking nuts. He'd go home early, do his push-ups. This guy was in shape, you know? It's fucking crazy, but let's get down.